For 2 long years, the town of Ridgeway carried a wound that refused to heal. A wound left open the day Evan Grant, the man who confessed to killing young nurse Hannah Brooks, walked out of the courtroom with a smile on his face and freedom in his hands. It wasn't just a legal failure. It was a betrayal. People avoided the courthouse. Conversations dropped to whispers. And whenever Evan passed someone on the street, they looked away, not out of respect, but out of fear and disgust. But there was one person who didn't look away. Hannah's mother, Linda Brooks. Every month, every week, every single day she reminded the world that her daughter mattered. She wrote letters, organized community vigils, and stood on the courthouse steps holding a sign that said, "She didn't get a second chance." Most people pitied her. Only one person listened. Her name was Alyssa Hart, an investigative reporter known for her relentless pursuit of the truth. Alyssa had taken down a corrupt sheriff's department the year before. She had no fear of powerful families, compromised judges, or dirty politics. When she heard about Hannah's case, she said only one thing: something doesn't add up, and I want the truth. Alyssa arrived with a notebook, a recorder, and a fire in her eyes. She spent days speaking to shop owners, old friends, neighbors, and anyone willing to talk. Slowly, the truth began to surface. She uncovered inconsistencies in officer reports, missing timestamps on evidence logs, and emails that had mysteriously vanished from the DA's office. But cloud backups never lie. Buried in a forgotten server, Alyssa found what the original prosecutors feared most: a hidden email thread between detectives and the district attorney discussing pressure from Evan's father before the trial. A man with money, a man with influence, a man who wanted his son protected at all costs. Alyssa now understood the motive behind the corruption. She just needed a breakthrough, real evidence, and it came from somewhere no one expected. 2 years after Hannah's death, Evan Grant was arrested again in another state for assaulting a woman. During his booking, police collected his DNA. It went straight into the national database. Moments later, the system flagged a partial match to an unsolved case. Hannah Brooks, the DNA evidence thrown out years earlier, was back. This time, legally obtained and undeniable. A state investigator called Linda personally. His voice was steady yet emotional as he said, "Ma'am, we have a match." And this time, nothing can stop it. Linda Brooks cried softly, not because the pain vanished, but because justice finally had breath again. The case reopened under a different jurisdiction and wasn't blocked by double jeopardy. The new trial was moved far from Ridgeway. A new judge presided. There were no favors, no loopholes, and no powerful hands guiding the outcome. People from Ridgeway filled the courtroom. Some carried candles. Some held old protest signs. They watched silently as prosecutors laid out the timeline, the new DNA results, and Evan's violent history. His lawyer tried every trick, questioning Hannah's character, attacking the investigation, blaming everyone but Evan. But the jury saw through it. They deliberated for only 3 hours. Guilty on all counts. Life in prison without parole. When the sentence was read, the courtroom didn't erupt in celebration. It released years of hell breath. Linda Brooks fell into Alyssa's arms, whispering, "Thank you, thank you." For the first time since her daughter's murder, she felt a measure of peace. But the story didn't end with Evan's conviction. Alyssa released a documentary that exposed everything hidden in the shadows, deleted emails, tampered evidence, quiet bribery. It revealed Judge Malcolm Reeves' connection to Evan's father and the political pressure placed on investigators. The fallout was swift. Judge Reeves lost his pension and his reputation. Evan's father was indicted for bribery and obstruction. The detectives who mishandled the case were put under investigation. The state attorney general ordered a full review of every case Reeves ever touched. Ridgeway finally saw accountability in a system that once protected the powerful. 1 year later, the community gathered again on the courthouse steps. But this time, it wasn't for a protest. It was for a memorial. Candles flickered against the stone walls. Flowers lined the walkway. A framed photo of Hannah stood at the front. When someone asked Linda what message she wanted the world to hear from her daughter's story, she stepped forward and lifted Hannah's picture. "Justice can be delayed," she said softly. "Justice can be denied. But justice does not die. She paused as her voice tightened. And Hannah finally got her second chance. The crowd went silent, and for the first time in years, Ridgeway breathed again.